We have entered the
Spider
war,
senses.
I say suddenly, and something is
Spoderman.
about to occur.
Spoderman.
I say with a warning tone.
If he says that, I would probably use Psyniscience.
Yeah, both of you give me a Psyniscience roll.
The only reason I do this is because I actually got a warning from him. Nope.
Righto, what we got?
You'll have Psyniscience as well.
I pass.
Yes, you perceive all around, you send your senses outward in a controlled manner. Barely brushing against the warp, you can see that you have entered what could be described as a storm. And it's
Oh dear.
Oh god.
Moments later, everyone on the ship notices that the metal walls and the floor and the ceiling and everything is metal start to dance with blue sparks that,
A storm is
as if
upon
there
us.
Does that also count as
Does
the
Oscar's
plate armor
suit
we are
stop?
wearing?
I would imagine
Yes,
so.
counts as the armor as well. Anything metal dances with little sparks, as if it was struck by if it was hot steel struck by an anvil. Just the sparks just fly from it.
Yeah, and
Empress,
Oscar as
hey,
well.
what in the world is going on?
No, but the room around you does, to a certain extent. Have that same colorful phenomenon.
I'll just plug myself in the nearest socket, dragging Oscar with me, because clearly it's Oscar.
Plugging yourself into the nearest socket is probably not a good idea because a power surge could travel through that socket.
Yeah.
That's why I'm
Don't
dragging
tell her
Oscar with me!
Yeah, but once it begins, the metal is going to carry the current into you. And if you're
That's
dragging
actually
Oscar
true.
with you, then you're just going to zap them both.
That is actually true. He does have a point in that.
How dare you apply real world logic?
I have.
How dare I
potentia-
apply?
I have potential will, so no.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see what happens. Why do you plug yourself in?
Because
ship.
the machine spirit might be able to tell me what the fuck is going on.
It'd probably tell you
Okay.
that being plugged in is not a good idea.
I have the potential coil, which can dismantle.
The machine
your
spirit
energy
says,
produced
"Fly,
from
you fool."
heal.
Run, you fool.
Because-
Yeah, give me a machine technic roll, tech use roll.
Sure.
That's a good one. You plug yourself in, and
Sorry, that's 12 degrees of success.
Your degrees of success have no bearing on the warps, Susie.
well, not the warp, but you realize that the ship has weathered these things before. You can get access to like a hidden somewhere flight recorder, some sort of black box.
Did
which
people die during
details-
that black box?
I'm actually curious. Would me and Hanette get electrocuted?
Yes.
No, it
Yes.
doesn't do damage. It's just
Ah.
sparks. It's like electrical sparks, but they do not actually do damage. They're
Aw.
a barrage, if
Aw.
you will.
That's
Oh,
so
thank
disappointing. So disappointing. I wanted people to suffer the perils of the warp.
And you tell me you're a nice guy. Uh-huh.
I don't say.
I don't believe you.
Hey,
Amendez
hey,
went
I
to
don't
learn-
say jack shit about how nice I am.
Seriously,
My
one-
character is nice. My outer
One-
character is in.
One, just one wrong movement and you're dead. You're just dead. I'll kill you, man.
You got no reason yet. I'm just an old vine man doing his bit.
Even more of a reason to kill you.
Why? Because I'm.
Who wants an old, desperate man to be fucking dragged around?
Hey, I'm not desperate. I can
Sure.
get all the poontang if I want. In character, that is.
No, I meant desperate. As in, like,
No.
in any case. Let's continue.
Yes, as you as things happen, this phenomenon it gets stronger and stronger until it seems like the entire everything electrical is just in a blue sparkling hue, as if 1,000 little bugs, lightning bugs, would just be buzzing all across the hulls of the metal surfaces and such. Amendez, the board computer, or well, the sort of ancient record keeper of the ship, mechanical record keeper, details that this does happen, and that worse things are also possible to have happened, as it kind of painfully becomes aware to you. The ship has weathered a lot of bad things, things much worse.
Would I gain any knowledge from the ship to understand that there's like
Yes, but roll me a
this is
willpower
actually
save.
like minor thing?
Oh dear.
If you
willpower
really
save.
want to get knowledge, you will have to roll me a willpower save, or get knowledge that you are not prepared for to receive.
You are not prepared.
You're not ill at that.
Fine, I'll do it. Because why not? I still have 1 fate point left.
Sorry, I need.
Yes.
Okay,
So-
yeah.
But
So what do you want me to do? It's a willpower or
It's a willpower roll, just flat out willpower roll.
just a flat out willpower roll? Oh my god. I can succeed this going either extremely fucking awesomely or so badly that it is like not even funny anymore. Luckily we're already in the med bay though.
But you're the trained medic, Suzo.
Yeah.
I have training in it as well.
So okay, willpower. Do it. Actually, I just have to check. Do I get anything for these kinds of things?
No, I don't see any forbidden lore that would help you here. It's not about, adeptus. It's just the information that you're going to receive here. It's not going to be
Yeah, I
heretical.
know, but there is an actual information thingy thing, and I'm just looking at what is it like. Because, for example, Augur, the service school that I have, actually gives you, as a free action, a character with one make a tech use test to spot things not normally visible to human senses, such as blah 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 blah.
Yes, you
that's-
have
that's-
spotted. You have
But
spotted
that's
things to
yeah,
do.
I've
in
already
those.
did that.
The fact
so
is,
that's even-
if your fleshly body can withstand the corruption that is held within that information,
yeah.
the
Okay.
mind-numbing
willpower.
craziness of
Oh,
what the ship
shit.
has experienced.
See-
Warp.
Oh,
Amendez gains 2d10 corruption points.
Not that many if she
Aw.
fails. But,
Aw.
besides,
there
I
will
also,
be some-
I also still have 1 fate point. Yeah, I knew that. I'm gonna reroll that.
But that means you have no 0 spade point left.
of
Please.
use.
Succeed with a roll.
Oh my god, I succeed! Yes!
2 degrees.
Yes!
Well done.
With 2
Last
degrees.
case.
Yeah, degrees doesn't matter in this case. It just means that it's not. It's a part threshold. If she fails, she fails. If she succeeds like this, she did succeed.
So what do I get?
You're filled with like the knowledge of this ship, and that these storms come from outside the little materium bubble that the ship, keeps around itself as it enters warp, just to be safe from direct contact with the warp. But these things permeate through that. These little storms, they pierce the material plane that the ship has around it, and with that is a high chance that other more nefarious elements also manage to breach through.
So that doesn't mean basically. I basically just. that's
Yeah,
it.
and you get a detailed list of when that has happened, and damage recounts, crew casualty counts, but sometimes apparently it has nearly wiped out the entire crew 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
In its like 10,000 years that this ship is old.
I'm impressed. Not more than that.
Yeah, that's the worst cases and stuff. That things have gotten loose in this ship, and things have broken off the ship. Like something just came out of a warp and took a. Like there's an indication of where like a bite mark is on the ship's hull.
So yeah, that would be actually quite cool because at the same time, like I don't know.
It's frightening but cool. Yes, something
Yeah.
took a
So
bite off of a
basically,
giant ship.
now I understand the ship and the warp storms. That's it.
Yes, it is the ship had survived quite a lot. Yes.
I'm just gonna put it as it to one of my like note that when it comes to warp storms, I have some knowledge.
You know, a warp storm generally stops any interstellar or warp travel.
Full on storm, yes.
Yeah.
Well, a full-on storm, but this is just like, you know, a bad weather
So
event.
this is just like turbulence in a flight, basically.
Turbulence in a flight, exactly, yeah.
Please put on your seatbelts.
The Empire does not provide seatbelts on their regular scheduled flights.
God damn
Maybe on
it!
the bridge, maybe. And chances are you need a tech priest with some chanting and incense to engage them. Otherwise, that would be heresy.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes, it would.
Filled with such mechanisms.
What mechanisms again?
Seatbelts.
Secure seatbelts.
It wouldn't
So
be
is it-
heresy. It wouldn't be heresy.
I'm just joking, of course.
It's totally heresy.
Everything
I'm
is
the only
heresy.
tech
This is
priest allowed.
heresy after all.
Of course, this event causes there to be an alarm going off in the ship. Obviously, you know, you five aren't the only ones noticing that this is going on.
Carm
There's
is going
alarm
to
sound.
get onto his bed and make sure that he is not touching anything that's metal. So he's just like, you may want to shed that armor, guys, because it could potentially hurt. It might not now, but the warp storms are incredibly unpredictable. He starts shaking his finger like a school teacher.
I think at this time it might be too late to take off the armor, so it's safer to, well, keep it on. So Hanette's just going to stay still and pray for the Thunderlord's protection and just not do anything.
I would
Actually,
almost
let me
imagine
just-
that this is very Thunderlordy for her, you know, with all the electricity and sparks.
Oh, yes.
I'm just gonna see if there's
She
any
sees this as a
psychic-
challenge from her god.
I'm gonna see if there's any psychic powers I have that can actually help in terms of protecting our people.
Yeah, and
Nothing to protect anyone from. These are things that are not hurting.
Not yet.
That we know of.
Actually,
No, we know.
I begin
know.
to chant the word of the Emperor,
Ooh.
and the word of the Emperor protects. And I clutch my staff as I do so, and you know, if I succeed, as I channel my will through my psi focus, I also reduce my psi rating. I reduce my psi rating
I'm
by
actually-
2 points, so that it's a
Isn't-
20-meter radius is protected.
Since we are in a warp storm, isn't there something about psychic powers there that it's actually that you have to roll 2 of a kind to not trigger perils of the warp?
not in this particular one. Not in this particular
Oh,
one.
thank God.
I'm using, you know, so I've reduced my psi rating by 2.
To make it a larger range of protection bubble.
No, actually,
Smaller.
that just makes it easier to actually cast my psychic powers.
Okay.
And I do not pass.
Wow.
This Psyker is not OP. He's not like Icarus, who is just all about power. He's a
But
very,
you know the prayer helps, but
Yeah.
nothing manifests.
yes, but nothing manifests. I don't get the Emperor's holy light protecting me.
Yes.
I
In
have to tell
fact,
Oscar while we're at here that because I talked with the machine spirit and all. I just tell Oscar, yeah, the ship says these are very common. This is actually a very minor disturbance.
You're being
The
super
ship
quiet,
has-
Caesar.
I basically tell to Oscar that this is a minor disturbance at best. The ship has told me this. It has gone through such bigger threats, like sometimes with all of the crew dying and these kinds of stuff. So the ship is well prepared. The ship doesn't seem very worried. It's all cool.
Hmm.
And then just snuggle with him on the bed. Because why not?
yes, as you two are snuggling on the bed and the rest of the people are standing still, the sparks on the that are dancing all around wildly, they start to converge into larger clusters of these sparks that get denser and denser, and they actually start taking shapes, and you hear wild bristling crackles that sound quite maniacal.
Do they sound like voices?
It's hard to tell because they're just crackles of electricity that are made to reminisce.
Okay, I'm
something
rolling
like,
I'm rolling
well,
Psyniscience, which I pass. Do I see any kind of warp entities in amongst these?
Yes, in fact, there are small ones that have managed to breach. Very small ones, but there's many of them. They're all around you now.
In which case, I am going to cast Purge Soul upon these creatures.
Oh, what does that do?
Well,
And how does it look?
if they're essentially, it's like I'm doing an exorcism. I cast the Emperor's Light down upon them, and you know, it's like a paladin using holy light on an undead creature.
Yes.
So it's like I use the Emperor's Light upon this warp entity, and it screeches in agony, and before fucking off because it can't handle it. So let's see if I can actually do that.
Seeing it's a post willpower test.
Yes, it is an opposed willpower test, but for every point of corruption, and let's be honest, demonic entities are like massively corrupt. So I'm going to reduce my psi rating all the way down to 1 to give me a plus 30 boost to my chance to succeed.
Mm-hmm.
Oh fuck me! Really?
Yes, you fail.
I fail.
Oscar and Amendez, what are you two doing as you realize that these things are converging and forming little sparkling blobs, so to say?
Oscar looks at it and goes like, what the hell is that now?
I basically, because it's not a good idea to actually shoot in a ship, I take my whip and I actually reverse it. So
that you throw with the
it's-
back end of it, like.
No, I mean I reverse the actual charge on it because it's a shock whip.
Oh, I didn't know it was
nice.
shock whip.
So
trust me, Amendez,
instead of shocking, it
Negatively
absorbs.
charged. So you're going
Yeah,
to
so
get
instead
a,
of shocking, it would absorb.
you're going to get a demon shock whip. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Well, these are sparks of electricity, so I try and hit one of these large sparks.
Okay, roll for damage and see if you hit.
In regards to guns, is that
okay,
a
so here's
heresy?
what's happened.
I fucking tangle it all around me.
Yeah, you whip it and the thing just sort of disperses into many little spotty dents that just race across the electricity like little lit up race cars and then, hit into other blobs that get a little bit bigger.
So basically nothing happened.
Yes.
Yeah, and then there's about guns. Don't worry, I would be incredibly impressed if you could pierce the armor from the inside of an Imperial ship with
Hey,
handguns.
hey, health and safety,
never
guys.
fucking
Health and
know.
safety
Plus-
regulations.
Three things. First of all,
They
I
can
have
take land
fucking-
sites.
Huh.
yeah, I have crack grenades, which are 2d10 plus 4 plus
I
6
swear to God,
penetration.
I will purge your soul if you use a crack grenade inside a spaceship.
That
Yeah,
might be
exactly.
like a stupid
And
deal.
I also have a hot shot last gun and a combat shotgun. The hot shot last gun has a penetration of 7.
Yes, that
still
does not go. It
It's
cannot
not gonna go through like
Oh, no.
centimeters of
You
steel.
know, some
And
of
Yeah,
then
them-
no,
Adamantium,
but- or meters of steel.
that can't do, but the fact that it can go through walls and this kind of stuff, and she
That's
doesn't
the-
want to do
it might
damage
go-
because
It's not going to reach the void, that's all I'm saying. Not even
Machines-
close.
Don't know, you
Spiritual-
guys are against the wall. A misplaced shot could potentially suck you guys out into space.
Actually, no, we're not against the wall. We're within a perimeter, and then you have walkways, and then there is another outer hall.
Yeah, the white ones are walkways.
Okay,
So
I
the
thought
black
that was-
thing is just the outer hall.
I thought that was the
Just
wall.
the black lines are walls, basically. That's it.
Okay. Well, there you go.
Otherwise, it wouldn't make sense. It would be like, how the fuck are we moving about?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Shiny!
Yes,
I
there's
saw
a lot
the
of
thing.
shiny going on all across the ship. In fact, you're starting to hear like shots being fired from the corridors. It just echoes.
It's a
through
year
these
of
metal-
this before you emerge out of the warp a week later.
Hopefully not.
Hopefully not.
Let's see. Oscar just looks at the tiny things and go like, "Okay, turn the whip off for a second."
I do just
He helps to untangle her.
again. This has happened
Yes.
in training before.
You noob.
No, seriously, this has happened times.
Do any of these sparks come close as within 4 meters of him?
Oh yes, absolutely. They
And
try
what
to
what
race at you.
happens when they do?
They just lose their electricity. They sort of poof away. And the rest of the sparks seem to have at least enough consciousness to now fiendishly dance around, away from you, not getting themselves dispersed.
Good. So basically, it's like, I'm gonna see how many of these I can get to bugger off from the room. He says,
No. I
Just-
want to try an experiment. Can I try an experiment? I ask from
"Sure,
Oscar.
try.
Yes, this is the time.
I just kind of sneak into the edge of where they are, and then I just poke a finger out and see what happens.
You're basically poking just the finger out of the field, basically.
Yes. I'll just see what happens.
She gets possessed by a demon.
And now we have to
Well,
kill.
we'll see in a moment what happens.
And now
We
certainly
will
have to
notice.
It's a tech priest, and I still have my awesome coil thing, which can actually store energy and suck energy.
Oh, okay, so there's like a big spark aching across, but it doesn't hit your finger, and it evaporates into Oscar's. It wasn't actually aimed at your finger; it was aimed at you directly.
I just look at it, the whole thing, disappointed before just darting and poking one of the little ones. I want to see what happens.
Okay, roll me a resilience check.
Oh, God.
Electricity.
Toughness, yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
But I still have the coil thing.
Well, if you poke it with your finger, then it's not gonna help you much, does it? If you poke it with the cold thing, that makes a difference.
The
Coil is
coil
inside
thing
of
is
her.
in my back. No, the potential coil is basically it's just the mask can store energy and produce various type of fields. Blah 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 blah. However, electrical inductors are palm-sized metal skin grafts that appear much like tattoos to the uninitiated. They are wired into the nervous system, where they derive power from the bioelectrical emanation of the flesh and the sacred mysteries of the potential coil. With training,
So-
they can be used to emit or siphon power in many ways.
Oh, so basically, you can
have the
absorb
training,
power with your skin.
Well, yeah, and nerves.
Do you have the training to do that? Though? Because that's
It's
a
just
talent.
no, it is talent, and I basically it's not even talent; it's a trait. It's actually a trait.
No,
Which
there's
I
a
do have.
there's a talent to upgrade the abilities from the mechanical.
Yeah, no. It's just the basic one. I don't have the talent for it. I'm just saying what it is, the basics of the frame.
Okay,
It's
so
up
you
to
can
Atem, so-
you can touch these. Still, give me a toughness test here.
Do I get any pluses or minuses for it?
I'm gonna give you a plus 20 for just basically the setup that you have on you there.
I just
Oh
want to see
dear,
you
it still
fly.
electrocutes me.
You still fail there,
And you
Yeah,
have
I
no
do.
more fate points.
Zap.
which basically means you basically reach into this thing, and it's not so much the electricity that gets you, but the fact that
Other energies at work here.
there's other energies at work there than electricity is, which is absorbed. But
I just take it that my machine parts doesn't like it.
roll me another toughness test. Actually, roll me a willpower test. Yeah,
I succeed.
yeah. For a few moments, you see your hand turn into a myriad of colors.
That's it. That's it.
Oh God, Emperor.
Do you understand the significance of that?
I just look at it and just I look at my hands and just be like, colors, right? Okay.
As you
to
pull it
Oscar.
back, because you made the willpower test, your
Yes.
skin returns to its normal color.
I'm like, that's it? I look at Oscar with this really odd frown on my face, like, that's it?
I think it would be like a kaleidoscope of some colors that should not be able to exist. Colors that cannot be imagined.
Cybernetic
So-
eye.
It basically changed the color of your skin only.
In wild ways, yes. And now it's back to normal as she returned to you, thankfully.
Like she
I
was
was just looking at
turquoise
it
and
like,
shit.
that's seriously, that's it? That's it?
Do not underestimate
Mean-
the powers of the warp.
Evidently.